Myrtle Beach International Film Festival kicks off this year with a screening of My Sweet Misery, a film that was shot right here in the Myrtle Beach area. One of the actors joins us now. And who did you play in the movie?
I actually played Patrick. Matt wrote and I didn't know this at the time, but Matt wrote the part specifically for me, so he figured might as well go ahead and call it by my real name, Patrick. So I actually play basically myself in the film.
Patrick Williams.
Yes, sir.
And what have you done in terms of film besides My Sweet Misery?
Actually, My Sweet Misery is my only film credit.
Okay.
Everything else has been on the stage.
Okay.
But it is without a doubt the greatest memory I have of doing anything like this. It differs from stage in a lot of different ways. It's just more intimate and to me more real, because you have to blow things up on stage and this was, and because of the story being deeply personal to both me and Matt, it was almost cathartic in ways, because I was living real life during that. Matt has this ability to create this beautiful story, and I was just happy to be a part of it.
Comedy mixed with drama. I mean, there are some lighter moments as well.
Yes.
Does that kind of take the edge off of it, do you think? And what does that add to the final product?
I think it does take the edge off of it, because in something as deep as this, if you really get into the story, this is tragedy upon tragedy upon tragedy. And without those lighter moments, without that ability to take a breath and smile and sit back, I think you would get too deep into the sadness of what's going on, even though ultimately it ends on a very beautiful note. It gives you that ability to rebuild and get ready for the next moment.
Some beautiful shots of the Myrtle Beach area.
Oh, yes.
And I guess your portion was filmed actually in Columbia.
Yes,
Am
sir.
I correct on
yes,
that?
Yes, sir, in Columbia.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about how this story came about. You said you were friends with Matthew.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Absolutely. We had met working at a job for a technology company in Columbia. Matt had just moved back to town to become what he has become, a writer, director, and artist. And I met him, and I've always been this goofy guy with characters and accents and stuff. And we just clicked really, really quick. Became deep. He's best friends. And we started sharing. He had been through a tragedy, and I'd been through a real bad breakup, and we shared our stories. And the ability to make light of that sort of helped both of us through. And he asked me, is it okay if I use some aspects of what you've told me? And I said, please do, please do. And it was a while later, he presented me with a script, and I just read this beautiful, beautiful story that to this day just touches me. And I could see the aspects of what I went through in the narrative as well. And he looks at me, and I was like, and it was so cool that you actually named this character after me. And he goes, no, that's you. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. And he goes, no, that's you. And I was like, oh, really? He goes, you've got to play Patrick. You are Patrick. You're the one who gave me this character. And I had done nothing up to that point. And with Matt being just as creative and brilliant as he is, he was able to help me through that process. And because of that, I then went to the stage and have kept going. But it was all because of Matt's ability to create this and pull the story out and place it to the screen. And it is just, without a doubt, the highlight of my life. I loved it and think about it constantly.
Happy with the final product?
Oh, deeply, deeply. I'm still, every time I see the end of it, it still makes me tear up, because there's so much hope there. You don't know what happens, and it's all up in the open, but there's so much hope, there's so much want there that it just, it touches me deeply. Yeah.
Patrick Williams, thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.